Journalism was not the original plan. I went to Sudan where, where my background is Sudanese, and I intended to stay 4 months just to reconnect with family. I hadn't been to Sudan in a long time, and I was interested in journalism as a side interest. And Sudan at the time that I went was interesting for news agencies, Darfur, South Sudan, and I started writing for local English outlets and some regional, but I was also a fixer for a number of international outlets that came, CNN, New York Times, Al Jazeera English, and every year I planned to come back to the United States, and I'd stay longer. I'd apply for graduate school, at different schools, get accepted, and stay a little bit longer. And 4 months turned into 8 years. But it was really the Arab Spring, I think, when I decided this is really what I wanted to do. And the referendum in South Sudan. I mean, the referendum showed how little Northern Sudanese knew about South Sudan. The coverage of South Sudan was, for a Northern audience, was just so little that they were surprised when the South split. But at the same time, on the other side, the Arab Spring, I was following Egypt very closely. The role of journalism was just amazing, and that's when I decided that I'm going to stick to journalism, and I ended up writing in other parts of East Africa, Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia, Burundi.
Isma'il, this is such an interesting topic about identity and what you look like and how you use that. And you've been a fixer and you've been a journalist. And when you're a fixer, for correspondents who come in from the outside, is there a moment where you think, I am risking my life for these people? They make me more visible than I would normally be.
Yes, I mean, that actually happened to me in Darfur. When I was fixing for an American outlet, and these are things that, I wasn't aware of this at the time, but fully aware of it, after that, and then coming situations that one's appearance, ethnicity, or perception of what you are can play a big role in how you're treated. I was in an IDP camp in Darfur, and I easily passed as one of the pro-government militias who'd been Dawit. And I was mob attacked and beaten up and almost killed, and for reasons I wasn't aware of going into that would be an issue, but it was certainly something that I think when it's important to evaluate how you will be perceived. I think when you go into a situation, you might have an idea that you're a journalist, you're here to do a job, but it's also important to think how people will think of you. But also it works in other ways. I mean, I've covered protests in Khartoum, and it was much easier for me to cover than my white colleagues, and I could easily dress up in traditional clothes, blend in, go into the protests that were coming out, mosques on Fridays, go into the mosque, easily cover, get quotes, and get out quickly. That was very difficult for other colleagues. So identity and the perception of who you are definitely plays a role.